Ashley, thanks for taking the time to speak to us. It's been just about 3 weeks since you joined the club. How are you finding your role so far?
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Of course, it was a long time coming in terms of my kind of appointment here, but very delighted to be here now and get to work.
Tell us about how the move came about. Did it happen quite quickly in the end?
No, I think in the end it was, a quick process. I got the phone call to say, would I be happy to join? Obviously, I was at Chelsea at the time, so, if all went well at Chelsea and they allowed me to go, then it's a great opportunity to learn and develop here, but, also really get stuck into it and try help Everton and get them up the table as quick as we can.
You went straight into coaching after you finished your playing days. Does this feel like a significant step for you, though, coming in as a first team coach in a Premier League club at a club like Everton?
Yeah, it's a massive step. I've tried to do a lot of that learning and developing from the younger ages, kind of honing on my coaching techniques and skills, and of course develop as a person and learn as a person. And then now to be given an opportunity here to work with some top class players is, it was my dream. So to finally be here now and try work towards something, a great club is, been fantastic so far.
Frank's obviously someone you know well from your playing days. You're obviously managing and coaching now. What's it like to work with him?
Yeah, I've had, this is a second opportunity really. I've been in and around him. Of course, I went to Derby for 6 months and played under him. So I got to see his work there and it was very thorough. I think the players are taking it on board so far. And he's added a great young coach with a lot of grass experience in Joe. We've added Clem, of course, Paul Clement, who's worked at some of the top clubs in the world. So, it was about me just coming in and trying to fit into the puzzle that he already had. And of course, improve the team, improve the morale, improve the quality, and get us as high up that table as we can now.
How have you found the transition from playing to coaching?
No, it's been fine. I think, I had a great opportunity in LA Galaxy. I think that's where I got my hunger and desire to want to coach and try and improve and help players develop. And, again, going back to Chelsea, I work with the younger age groups and, again, try to really develop my coaching style and skills and really understand the game from a coach's perspective. And then to, of course, develop and kick on, you need to be in and around first teams. This opportunity for me is great, but ultimately as well, I'm held accountable. I need to improve these players just as much as the gaffer and the other coaches here.
And looking at Frank's style, is that one that you agree with in terms of his philosophy and how he wants his teams to play?
Yes, big advocate of the style and the way he wants to play, the principles of how we defend and attack. The players seem to kind of enjoy and thrive in this formation and system. So yeah, it's just trying to get the best out of the players and give them the confidence and belief in the way we play with our structure, that we could play and beat any team. And certainly I think in the 2 home games we've showed very good quality on the ball, a good understanding structurally, but also tactically, and just trying to fine tune that into our away form.
And looking at your coaching style in particular, we've seen clips of you on the training pitch so far. You seem very hands-on with the defenders in particular. Is that fair to say you're a hands-on coach?
Yeah, I've only finished playing 3 or 4 years ago, and I still think I've got a bit. So I think I've got to, put that to the side. But no, I'm always, willing to help and try and improve players, as I said. And I was kind of like that as a player. Tried to help the young players and some of the senior players and try to give them, the little bit of detail within whatever position, not just the defenders. But I've been lucky enough to play with some amazing midfielders, strikers. So if I could give them a little bit of what I've learned from, playing with these players, then hopefully, our players will gain and improve from the little nuggets I give them.
Do you see yourself as a defensive coach, or is it more fluid than that?
No, I think it's all round. I think, with a modern game, you have to be prepared and good enough to attack, but really understand now that position has evolved. You can't just be a left back that wants to sit back and just defend. Your all-round game has to be better. You've got to be better on the ball in, I think, all the thirds of the pitch. You've got to be comfortable handling the ball in areas of pressure. So again, it's just giving them solutions and confidence to play within that. But again, you can't do it overnight. It takes time. It takes players willing to want to learn. And we have a group of players here that want to learn. So, so far so good. But again, we've got to continue to improve and develop and get better because we have so much quality.
I know it's important to concentrate on the team, but asking about a couple of individuals specifically, I guess the obvious place to start is Vitale Milik. A young lad coming in to the club as a left back, must be excited to work with you. What have you seen from him so far in terms of his potential?
Yeah, young, engaging boy that wants to learn, willing to learn, which for me is a great start and a great platform for me to try work on. So again, like I said, it's not going to be something that changes dramatically overnight. It is going to take time and the willingness from the players to want to do it. But so far they've showed that eagerness and hunger to want to do it. And now we're just setting that, the platform and the kind of key principles and how we want to defend as individuals. But ultimately it comes down to mentality as well, But again, like I just mentioned, the players are willing. So for me, that's a great start to work with.
And looking at the other side of the pitch, Seamus Coleman, how's he been, not just on the playing side of it, but as a club captain as well? You've worked under some great captains yourself. Yeah,
he's been great. Always positive around the training pitch and in the dressing room. A real leader. But again, a player with very good qualities. Again, I spoke about it, that can handle the ball in all areas. But it's just showing them clips and giving them confidence to say you can do it. The structure and the way we want to play, it will isolate you at times, but you've got to be brave enough to be able to play through pressure because you've got the quality. So there's a lot of positives around that, and him as a captain, him as a person, always willing, always asking questions, always wanting to improve, even as one of the older players. So, again, the younger fullbacks, not just me, coaching, he's able to do that as well. So he's gave some great details to these young players as well. He knows the club inside out. So at times, yes, I'm a coach, but sometimes you've got to pick the brains of these players because they know what this club's about. They know the passion. They know what the fans want and expect. So it's important not just to feed off me, but also feed off Seamus. And they do that, so it's great.
Looking at the fans, have you been impressed? Have you been surprised at all by the reaction you've had from the Evertonians, particularly in those home games, as you say?
The fans have been great, and that's what we expected. We knew the expectations of the fans. We know how passionate they are, how much they love the club, how disappointed they are probably to see us in the position we're in. But yeah, the two home games and the away games, but the two home games especially, I think they've showed that real passion, that 12th man that people speak about and which we need. Really spurred on the players, gave them the confidence to play. I feel they've enjoyed the way we play. So again, it's just progressing and trying to get better, but of course we will need them.
And moving away from Everton for a second, I wanted to ask you about your role with England under-21s as well. Obviously working with Lee Carsey, a man who has massive Everton connections. Did you speak to Lee before coming here, or have you spoke to him since? Yeah, I had a brief conversation that the possibility could be, popping up that I might be joining Everton, and he gave me a little bit background of about the club and again the expectations from the fans. But yeah, as a guy, he's been brilliant, and in terms of my development, he's been great. He gave me a lot of license with the 21s to get on the grass and coach, and really find myself as a coach, which gave me a lot of confidence coming into this job. And now I feel I've definitely kicked on due to the fact that also that he's been great with me and open to listen to my ideas and a few bits where I wanted to change with England. He's been so open to that. So again, he's been great for me, always in contact near enough every day. So from someone who I'd just played against to now, we talk on the phone every day. So no, he's been fantastic. How do you see that working in the future? Obviously combining a club role with an international role as well. Is that something you're looking forward to?
I am, yes. It probably will be difficult in terms of my time, but I think if you want to be the best and try to improve, and as a player I was always hungry to try and improve, learn, develop, get better. I think it's important that I still stay in and around England, work with a lot of young, talented players, and of course hopefully that can help my development, make me a better coach, which ultimately will help Everton improve as well.
And coming back to Everton, how are you finding Finch Farm as a working environment so far?
Yeah, facilities have been great. You know, the staff have been very welcoming and you know, open armed at times. And yeah, we're just trying to get on the grass as much as we can. But everyone's been so helpful and kind, which you know, I didn't expect anything different, to be honest. So no, nothing has really surprised me in terms of that. But you know, it's a great group to work with, not just the players, but you know, we need all the staff. It's not just about us as coaches. It's everyone in this building.
And what about the first team staff in particular? You mentioned the new staff that we brought in. Obviously, Alan Kelly and Duncan Ferguson already here as well. How are you finding that as a team? It seems like you're gelling well from the outside.
Yeah, the transition, of course, you know, from not knowing certain coaches and knowing people, just playing against. Of course, I played against Dunk a few times, but to actually get to know him as a person and as a coach has been great. Of course, he's been here a long time. He knows the players. Again, he knows what it means to the fans and as a club. So, you know, we got a little insight from him. And of course, you know, the demands we put on the players, he knows which players we can go hard at, which players, you know, at times you need to put an arm around. So it's always nice to have an insider really that, you know, knows the players, knows what makes them tick. So it's very important that we have coaching staff that know the players. So it made our transition a little bit smoother and easier.
You're obviously heavily involved on the training pitch throughout the week, but can you talk us through your role on a match day?
Yeah, just warming up the defenders, a couple of, you know, talking about the principles or how we want to set up and the objective of what we want to do as centre-halves, full-backs, whether we come inside, stay wide, whatever that is. You know, my role is to just get them ready for what they're just about to hit for 90 minutes. So, again, normally take it nice and light with them, but just get some key details into them.
And we've seen you during the match, sometimes from a higher vantage point up with the analysts. Are you in contact with the bench from that position?
Yeah, I speak with Joe Edwards, you know, give him a little bit of tactical insight because it's very difficult at times to, you know, be on the same level as the pitch and really understand people's shapes and formation. So, yeah, I sit up there and give some tactical analysis, information, key players.
Someone else I wanted to ask you about was Leighton Baines, obviously not part of the first team staff, but he is around the place. I guess there's a bit been mutual respect between the two of you for a long time. Have you spoke to him since you've been here?
Yeah, I see him a lot. No, he's been great, and again, another head, another insight who we can, you know, grab at times and find out again what's most important to these players, what do they need, because he's been here a long time, played with a lot of these players, so. Again, I was good friends with him with, you know, the international stage with England and have nothing but, of course, massive respect for him and speak a lot. And yeah, Frank has already said he's always open and willing for Leighton to come and watch training and get involved because, you know, the more knowledge we have, then, you know, we're here to service these players and help these players. It's not about any egos. We're here for, you know, one mission really is to get Everton out of the spot that we're in. So getting top world-class players is what we need and yeah, open to that for sure.
Looking at your perception of Everton before you came here and since you joined, obviously it's only been a few weeks, but has that changed at all in terms of how you see the club?
No, I've always known, you know, from the outside, it's a very big club, you know, a passionate club with huge expectations and demands of these players, and I think we came in for 3 weeks and tried to change a lot and give confidence to the boys, but ultimately, you know, like I keep mentioning, the fans have been a big part of that, so we've got to recognise that and respect that and try to do everything we can to kind of get out of this because, you know, with the support that these fans have gave us so far, we need them and you know, but ultimately we've got to entertain them at the same time.
And just finally, what do you want to be part of here? What do you want to build and what do you want to achieve during your time at Everton?
Same as my playing career, I think. You know, I feel with the quality players we have here, young, engaging, willing to learn and want to improve and win, ultimately. And that's what I was as a player, and that won't change as a coach. I think with the players we have, if we get out of this situation, of course, you know, hopefully next year we can really kick on and fight for trophies because the fans want it, deserve it. You know, I think every coach will say that their club deserves stuff, but I feel, with a change and hopefully with us being here, we can fight for titles, and who knows, in the FA Cup this season, we're still pushing.